Hey there guys, it's Rick here and welcome to another Q&A session. I should say guys and girls really, because I'm hoping girls are watching these videos too. Anyway, let's move on. Let's get straight to it. I've got about 5 or 6 questions to answer, so I need to get through these. So, first question is from Matt Reynolds and he asks, have you noticed an increase in attention from females since your transformation? Good question, and I need to be as honest and open here as possible. Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's going to happen. You know, if you start to take care of how you look, you know, when you get in shape and you start looking after yourself and you take pride in your appearance, you know, it's not just about your physique, it's how you present yourself to other people. I think that's pretty important, you know, and it's about really respecting yourself. And for me now, that is an essential part of who I am. So, you know, that's going to have a big impact on the opposite sex. There's no question about it. You know, and if you're feeling confident yourself, that's going to come across as well. So, you know, to answer your question, yes, absolutely. Okay, let's move on. Question number 2 is from Lorne Reed. This is a really good question. He asks, serious question, you never seem to gurn when you're playing. I do guitar face occasionally, but not as much as, say, Gary Moore. What's your take on the guitar gurn face? That's a really good question. I've never noticed whether I make any kind of facial expressions when I'm playing. I know sometimes, because I've seen it on the odd video, that I'll kind of go like this, as though I've just fallen asleep. But if you guys have noticed anything that I do that stands out, please do tell me, because I haven't got a clue. But by funny faces, I'm assuming you mean this kind of thing. Personally, I think it's great. You know, I think it's, you know, everybody's different. Everybody expresses themselves in a different way. And I think it's just great. It's a good laugh. So yeah, thumbs up for the guitar gurners. Okay, so let's move on to question number 3. And this is from Nilanch Gower. Hope I've got the pronunciation of the surname right. And he asks, hi Rick, I have a question regarding string action. Does low/lower action help in shredding vis-a-vis a higher one? And if yes, then what are the ergonomics involved? Lastly, how do you like your guitar setup, i.e. action at the 12th fret, etc.? Thanks and all the best. Cheers, mate. For me, I kind of like a medium action, not too high and definitely not too low. I've noticed on some of my videos I get guys saying, you must have really low action on your guitars. No, not at all. It's kind of like a medium action. So what have I got handy here? I've got this Candy Apple Red Strat. I don't know whether you can see the action here. Oh, it's totally out of focus. But it's kind of medium, towards the medium. It's not high, but it's sort of medium to high, so it's definitely not low. I just feel that my playing is better when I've got to work a little bit harder, and also I much prefer the tone, and I seem to get much more of a purchase on the string with my left hand when the action is higher than normal. Yeah, so I much prefer it. I've talked to a few guys that are kind of surprised by how my action is set, and especially how fast I play. But it's just something over the years that I've grown accustomed to, and I'm really comfortable with it now. So yeah, definitely sort of medium action. So I don't know how that affects general shredding. Certainly doesn't affect my playing. I think it complements it rather than anything else. So hopefully that has answered your question. So let's move on. Question number 4. And this is from Alexander Ervstadt. Hope I've got that pronunciation correct. How would you feel about doing covers of famous solos? I'm talking about easy ones like Sweet Child of Mine, The Trooper, Fear of the Dark, Symphony of Destruction, etc. I know they are far beneath you in terms of difficulty, but it would be sick to see someone as talented as you rip them apart, and quite frankly I think it would get a lot of new subscribers. Okay, interesting question again. Personally, I haven't really got much of a desire to be playing that kind of thing and uploading those kind of things. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. A lot of guys do it, and it gets a lot of guys a lot of new subscribers, gets them attention and everything else. But for me, what matters to me really, and this is me personally, is that I look for new and original ways to do things. You know, like in the practice room, I want those kind of things to be fresh and new, you know, because I like being really creative with how I do things, you know. I don't want to be one of those guys, and there's nothing wrong with this, but I personally don't want to be a player that, you know, just does covers the whole time. You know, I see guys doing it and they do an amazing job, but that's not who I am. You know, I'm really into the creative side of finding new things and discovering new practice methods and just generally, you know, discovering new things that essentially help me to discover more about who I am, you know. So, and new subscribers are great, you know, that's really, really cool and everything. And, you know, I'm grateful for any new subscribers that I get to my channel because, of course, it means more people get to know who I am and what I do and what I offer as a player and a person. So, you know, chances are you're not really going to see any of that kind of thing. There might be one or two little things here and there. Who knows, in the future I might decide to do something. But I'm going to be devoting a lot of my time to discovering new ways of explaining things and new ideas with improvisation. Because for me, improvisation is the holy grail. You know, it's what I do. So that's what I'm going to be aiming for the rest of my playing life, no doubt. Okay, hopefully that's answered your question. Let's move on. Got my questions down here. This is from Andrew B. Arnold. Let's just double check the time. Yeah, we're doing all right for time. So this is from Andrew B. Arnold, and he asks, you said in one of your recent Q&As that you don't listen to much guitar music anymore. It seems incredible to me that you wouldn't. Why is this? Don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't like guitar music. You know, I love guitar music, and I always have done, but, you know, I've listened to guitar music for years and years and years, and now different kind of music gets me pumped, you know what I mean? I love guitar playing and I always will, but these days I'm into lots of different types of music. Like I said before in a previous video, I really dig vocal tunes, and I'm sort of going through a bit of a Depeche Mode revisit at the moment. I'm rediscovering all of their stuff, and you know, because the gym is a big part of my life, I tend to listen to a lot of trance because I love the sounds and I love the grooves, you know, so this kind of thing. Yeah, that kind of thing. I love it. I just love the sounds, I love the groove, I love the vibe of the tunes. So I'm listening to an awful lot of trance, and you know, it's given me some ideas for some guitar-based stuff that I might be coming out with in terms of new music. So yeah, watch this space. Let's just see what happens. I'm writing a lot of new stuff actually at the moment, and it seems to be sort of progressing towards that kind of sound. So who knows how it's going to end up. But I'll always love, you know, guitar instrumental stuff, but at the moment I'm just not listening to much of it. As I say before, don't worry about it. It's not because I don't like it, because I remember back in the day when I used to listen to it all the time. It's my whole life, you know. I used to listen to Satch go off in all sorts of, you know, daydream the whole time, you know, imagining that it was me playing and everything. And you know, if I read that one of my guitar heroes sort of said, I don't listen to guitar music, I'd be like, what? What's the matter with him? So I understand exactly what you mean by the question, but you know, it's a natural progression for me. I've been playing for over 20 odd years, and you know, I've listened to more than my fair share of guitar instrumental stuff, but you know, I'm sure I will come back to it at some point. Okay, hope that answers your question. And final question is from Dexter TMS. How do you keep your hands nimble and loose to maintain a high level of dexterity and technique with gym and heavy lifting? This is one of the most asked questions I get, actually. I've never had a problem with it. In fact, a lot of the time I'll go to the gym, train really hard, pretty heavy, and come back, and I can go straight to the guitar and play pretty comfortably. Occasionally I'll get the shakes, but you know, I'm still able to play, so it's never affected me. And in actual fact, I think my playing is better than it's ever been since I've started lifting. You know, hopefully you guys agree. I don't know, but for me, I'm enjoying playing more than ever, and I think I'm at my best at the moment, so hopefully it's just going to get better and better. So you know, just take care, don't overdo things, and you know, just take it easy. Go heavy, of course, but you know, don't overdo it. Just watch what you're doing. Okay, that's it for this Q&A session. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.